Hello everybody, this is David Stiles from David's Country Kitchen, and today we're making homemade from scratch chicken and dumplings. And I'd like to remind everybody, if you haven't did it so far, please subscribe to my channel. Just click on that subscribe button, it don't cost nothing. Okay, we're going to start out with a medium to a large size chicken. And this chicken right here is a perfect specimen of a chicken for this chicken and dumplings. Matter of fact, I'd like to have met this chicken before he met his sudden death. Then we're going to take that chicken and debone it, de-skin it. We're going to take the bones and skin and throw them in our broth pot, along with the chicken wings. Don't worry about deboning them, they're too much trouble. And the only thing I take out of the giblet pack, if your chicken's got that, is the neck. I throw the rest of the stuff away. I also add 2 tablespoons of cooking oil to my broth pot. We're going to continue deboning and de-skinning this chicken, and then we're going to take the meat and put it in a container and put it in the refrigerator. This is a pot I like to use. You'll see this in a lot of my videos. It's a cast iron enamel pot. It works real good because you can take it from the stove to the oven or vice versa. A lot of people don't know this, but you know that white stuff that's in chicken poop? That's chicken poop too. Okay, after we put all of our bones and skin in the pot, we're going to get a carrot. Don't worry about peeling it. We're going to add that to the pot, and then we're going to take about 3 stalks of celery and add that to it. A good size onion. We're going to put about 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper. We're going to set that oven at 350. Throw it in the oven. And we're going to let it cook for 45 minutes, but stir it every once in a while. After 45 minutes, we're going to take it out of the oven and put it on the stove. We're going to add 10 cups of water, and we're going to let that boil for about 30 minutes. While that's boiling, we're going to go ahead and get our dumplings ready. We're going to start out with 1.75 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, then 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Then we're going to mix that all up together real good. Then we're going to cut in 1/3 cup of lard. Now if you ain't got one of these dough blenders like I'm using here, you can just use a fork. Just make sure you get it mixed up in there real good. Keep working that all up together. If you don't want to go through all this trouble, you can use some Bisquick. Now we're going to add 3/4 cup of milk. Stir that in there real good, and then we're going to start working it up with our hands into a ball. You might want to give it a little dusting every once in a while with some flour. And if it's too sticky, just keep dusting it with flour till you get the right texture. Alright, we're going to keep kneading this into a ball till it looks something like this. Then we're going to dust down our cutting board. Then we're going to roll it out. We're going to roll this out to about 1/8 of an inch thick. Now we're going to start cutting up our dumplings. They don't have to be fancy. Cut them up whatever size you like. Alright, we're going to throw them into a big bowl and give them a good dusting. Make sure they get coated all over with the flour. Alright, set those dumplings aside, and then we're going to chop up a couple of stalks of celery. We're going to peel a carrot or 2 carrots, chop them up and set that aside. Next, we're going to cut up the meat that we had deboned earlier. Now our broth's been boiling for about 30 minutes. What we're going to do is strain that and then put it back in the pot. And then we're going to add our meat to that. And then we're going to add our carrots and celery. Alright, stir all that up together. Put a cover on it and bring it up to a boil for 30 minutes. Okay, after it's been boiling for about 30 minutes, you're going to get a spoon or ladle and you want to skim all this foam and all the excess oil off the top of it. Alright, now we want to get it back up to a rolling boil and start dropping our dumplings in just a couple at a time. Alright, after we've dropped all our dumplings in, what we're going to do next is put a cover on it, and then we're going to turn our heat back down to where it's just simmering, and we're going to leave it like that for 45 minutes. Alright, 45 minutes later, going to check to see how thick it is. This here looks like it needs about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and we're going to mix that cornstarch up in a cup of water and then pour it in. After putting in that cornstarch, you're going to let it simmer for another 10 minutes. And it should be ready to serve. Yum, yum. If you want it thicker, add you a little more cornstarch. And of course, salt and pepper to your taste. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to get updates on my latest videos or make suggestions, hit that subscribe button. Thanks.